And our wild weather kicks off in Florence Township, where a suspected lightning strike caused this tree to catch fire. This happened last night on Florence Wakeman Road. Firefighters had to call a local tree business in to help because the tree was literally burning from the inside out. That's interesting. To South Dakota now, where a string of massive tornadoes swept across the state Sunday night. Storm chasers caught this amazing video of the funnel clouds. One of them ended up being an EF3. It destroyed several homes and injured at least 2 people. Lots of twisted trees and power lines left behind in this storm. Tropical storm Flossie strengthening off Mexico's southwestern coast today as the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Barry dumped heavy rain on eastern Mexico. The government there issuing a tropical storm warning in some areas.